What is up, Scorpio? Welcome to your general timeless reading. Sorry, I'm gonna get cross-legged really quick. This is for all Scorpio placements. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I'm so excited to have you. My name is Jordyn. I'm a master Reiki practitioner and quantum healer, and I also read tarot. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start doing my readings the same way I do them on Patreon, which is a channeled message, and then we jump right into it. So I'm gonna be using the Good Tarot and spellcasters, but Scorpio, I love Scorpio readings so much. Scorpio, you feel like you're spun quite around. You feel like you have your hands in a lot of buckets. I feel like you're playing some games. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like you don't think you're playing games. I feel you're going to have an interesting reading. I feel like we're going to have a very interesting reading for Scorpio. These are general, these are timeless. Take what resonates and leave the rest. I feel like if I were to tell you what I actually want to say, you'd leave this reading. That's how. I feel like it's going to be one of those readings, if you want to be honest with you. This is one of those lesson kind of readings. Yeah. You have the South Node in retrograde, which makes a lot of sense because the South Node represents karma and lessons. Yeah. In retrograde in your sign. So I'd check out where that is for you in your chart, what house that is hitting. This feels like someone taking, they're literally showing me like the Many Masks card and the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck, and the Many Masks is about authenticity. You might be seeing parts of your shadow coming up, or you might be doing a lot of shadow work at this time, or dealing with a lot of like past trauma, or you might be repeating patterns from previous relationships or dynamics, or you might feel like very attacked at this time, or you might be dealing with this with other people, or it might be mirrored back at you. This feels like, because they keep showing me like one mask and then the other hand, and it's just like mask after mask after mask after mask, and like the hands in all the buckets feels like, which one do I want to wear? And it's almost like trying to figure out your own identity. That's not at all saying like an individual is fake. That's not what we're saying here. This is saying like someone is trying to figure out who they are turning into, and that's a very fun, exciting, and at times very challenging path, right? Because change is constant. This is a lot of change at once, and so that's why it's the hands in all the buckets, because it's okay, here's one change, oh my god, now tomorrow, and another change and another change and another change, and then you're just being hit with so much change right now. And that's okay. That's okay. It's temporary and it's gonna pass. So and honestly, what I would, never mind, I'm just not gonna say it. Okay. Page of Cups, yeah, Page of Cups. You wanna know what the Page of Cups is for me? It's the card of authenticity. It's so funny. The Page of Cups is the card of authenticity. It's the card of being honest with yourself, your emotions, and who you are. It's the student. Pages are students. It's getting to know your heart. It's getting to know the root of who you are on a deep, emotional, authentic level. Woo! The higher heart chakra lies between the chest, the heart, and the throat. And so your authenticity is here. So if you've been having like heavy chest or heavy throat issues lately, or feeling all this tightness here, it's probably because your higher heart is trying to open, because you're going into a new level of authenticity. Okay? Or if your ears have been really struggling, or if they're popping a lot, or you're feeling a lot of tightness in your jaw up into your ears, that's all the heart, the higher heart, the throat chakra, all going through this opening, trying to open. So just be mindful of that, okay? The Six of Swords in reverse, yeah. Okay. I heard constant challenge with this. That would mean, yeah, because that makes sense though, because constant challenge, the Six of Swords in reverse tells me you're stuck in a Five of Swords. It's like I want to say, it's like I can't say it though. There's a refusal to change course. And I think that refusal to change course is what you didn't want me to say. There's a lack of admittance. It's like you don't want to admit that there's an attachment to the old self, to an old way of being, or to an old behavior, or to an old person, place, thing, relationship, job, addiction, whatever it is for you. There's a need to take accountability for that, recognize that, and let it go. Okay? That's what the being honest with self is about as well, because that's what's keeping you in a state of conflict. Yep, 10 of Swords. There it is. 10 minus the 6 gives you the 4. That honesty is what's going to bring you into healing, and that's going to be the end of the cycle. 10 of Swords. Okay? Okay. Okay, that's done. You're gonna have two. You're gonna have a very interesting reading because this is the end of a cycle, and then you're gonna have 2 options. You're gonna have one road that you could take. You're probably you're being tested. I'm just gonna tell you, you're being tested. You can either walk the same path again and be tested on the same lesson to see if you completed it, or you can embody your new self. That's what it feels like we're going with, okay? So I'm going to be honest with you. 10 of Fire, yeah, so or the Knight of Cups, right? 10 of Wands would be repeating and learning the cycle over again. Do you want to carry this burden with you again, right? Because it's familiar. It's familiar to be in a state of worry and tension and like things being chaotic, right? Do you want chaos again? Or do you want to take the chance of being uncomfortable and working through the world in a way of authenticity? But it's in reverse because you're hesitant to move in this way. And you're like, I don't want to communicate through my heart space. That's so weird. I don't want to do that. Let's get another on the Knight of Cups. Hermit in reverse and Temperance, yeah. Because this means that you would have to spend time alone. And you'd have to do a lot of healing. Yeah, Hermit in reverse. You would have to, and time alone doesn't mean like you're in complete isolation, like monk mode. You know what I'm saying? Like, no offense to any monks out there. I love you and I'm kind of jealous. I've looked into it. Going to a monastery. Oh, really have. No lie. Anyway, I digress. With Temperance, the card of patience in this particular deck, Nine of Swords in reverse, there's a lot of fear about being alone. There's fear about being alone, about like being alone in the sense of maybe this is not having a romantic partner, or maybe it's living alone if you live with a roommate. Maybe it's spending less time with your friends. Maybe it's living alone if you live with family. Maybe it's your kids going to college, like whatever it is for you. This time alone, maybe it's working from home if you work in the office right now, and maybe you have to work from home because you just need less chaos, less noise, and more time in solitude. Whatever this shift is for you, it's time to be really honest with yourself about why this sense of aloneness is frightening for you, because it's actually going to bring you a lot of healing. Okay? Okay. I like it. I like it a lot. Your crown's really going through it. Let's see. Let's look at this Page of Cups. You're funny. It's like you want to like dilly daddle. You're like, oh, I'm doing this healing. I'm doing this healing. You're not really like. You're like, I got my toe in the water, so I'm swimming. It's not swimming. It's not swimming. Yeah, you got the Ace of Cups. You got the Ace of Cups. It was upright, but it was in reverse when it was actually like done, you know? Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay. Like I'm doing it. I'm doing it, but you're not really doing it. You're not really doing it. And we all know that. Come on now. You're the student, but you're not the teacher. I think everybody's always student and teacher though, to be honest with you. You haven't mastered it yet. Yeah, then you have the teacher, the Hierophant, right? And then you have Death in reverse, the Ten of Wands, and the Two of Wands, right? You need to understand that with the Hierophant there, with the guru, the spiritual teacher, the universe is quite literally saying to you, like, you're going through this rebirth, you're going through this massive change that's helping you release this old, heavy, burdensome cycle that part of you wants to go and repeat again as one of your options. And you're like really contemplating it, like at the end of all of this, I might just stick with this because this is what's new and it's what's familiar, and it's what I'm accustomed to, and it's where I've acclimated myself. And because I've acclimated so well to chaos, calmness, peace feels scary. But it's actually not scary. It's not. It's just need to tell yourself that you are safe. Let's look at the the Six of Swords in reverse. We have the Six of Pentacles, Five of Swords, the Sun, and the Five of Pentacles. Yeah, so with the Six of Swords in reverse, like I said, you're stuck in the Five of Swords. You're stuck in the conflict, which is why you can't move to the Six of Swords. You can't move to the peace because you're accustomed to being here. You're accustomed to investing in the conflict. You're like, ooh, I've received some conflict, so I'm going to give back to it. You're accustomed to that cycle, like, ooh, this person gave me chaos, so I'm going to give back to it, right? Maybe you're in codependent dynamics with people, or maybe you don't know that you're in codependent dynamics and you need to research that and educate yourself on it. But that's some examples of chaos, right? Maybe it's addiction. Maybe it's just some other thing that you need to look into yourself. That doesn't only apply to you because I can only give so many examples, right? Okay. But you're going to come to that realization, the sun, the awakening, the light bulb goes off and you're like, oh my gosh, like this is what's been contributing to all the lack and loss and suffering in my life. Let me Dumbledore that stuff out of my brain. I'm trying really hard not to curse anymore, guys. Trying really hard. Okay. Let's look at the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Air here. There's this immediately brought a lot of I want to say nostalgia, but it's actually like sorrow. Like it feels like, oh, I just want to sink down. It's almost like someone just wants to reach into my brain and take out like all the exhaustion, all the sadness, all the pain, because it's not even there anymore. It's almost like it's been there for so long that it's rotted. It's almost like someone's like, well, I went through this when I was 13, then I did this when I was 15, I did this when I was 22, this when I was 26, and this happened to me when I was 28. And it's like they literally can rattle off all of their trauma in chronological order and they wear it as a badge. But it doesn't define you. Let it go. Heal from it and let it go. Stop letting it define you. Because at this point, it's just weighing you down. Okay. Serious moment. Sorry, how to say it. Yeah, Queen of Swords. Truth. I truthed ya. Had to truth ya. And you know it. This person knows it. You're going to come to this realization. And the strength's going to come back. Check your Taurus placement. See where Taurus is in your chart. What house it's in. I don't know why, but I feel the need to say that. Even though Queen of Swords is Libra energy. We have the Libra full moon on the 25th of September, by the way. Yeah, Ace of Swords in reverse and Judgment. You're realizing that thinking this way isn't in alignment with your soul's purpose. It's not serving you. You're realizing that it's creating a false story of victimhood. Even if you were the victim, you're realizing that it's actually debilitating you. It's not helping you. It's not serving your future. It's sinking you. It's weighing you down. You're like, nope, no more. Can't do that. Can't do it to myself. I won't do it to myself. But even though you realize this, part of you is realizing that I could continue this way or I could heal. Let's look at the 10 of Wands. So we have the 8 of Wands. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Okay. I feel like a lot of you are going to try to move beyond this and really learn to love and nurture yourself. Yeah, because then we have the Knight of Cups. Some of you are like, okay, I need to really work on how I speak to myself, how I love myself, and I can no longer be inconsistent in the ways in which I show up in my own life for me, right? Because 8s always lead to 10s, like the 8 of Wands to the 10 of Wands. You're really realizing that the inconsistency of how you love and nurture for yourself and how you've allowed others to show up inconsistently in your own life is no longer going to be tolerated, right? Okay, let's look at this Knight of Cups over here. 9 of Wands. Yeah, you're done behaving in that way. I like that. And you're done allowing other people to behave that way for you. Let's look at the Hermit in reverse. This could even you be ghosting other people. Yep, Justice, Ace of Wands, and the King of Cups in reverse. You're no longer going to give people who behave in this way a second chance. And you're also realizing that you were mirroring this energy with others. The inconsistency, because masculine energy is the energy in which we take action. So you were attracting people that were mirroring this energy within you. There was part of you that was also not honest or not vulnerable and non-committal in a sense right back with these people. And that's why these foundations never really took off in the beginnings or in the ways that you wanted them to. And you're creating balance. You're finding a way to fix that within yourself. And that's why you need to be alone. Let's get another on this Knight of Cups. Yeah, Magician. Because there's a misuse of your personal power. You realize it, and it was contradicting. I heard contradicting really loud. It's almost like you were wanting one thing and saying one thing, but your actions were saying another. Like you were asking for this of them, but then you might have been showing up in the same way that they were showing up to you. Let's look at Patience. But maybe not even seeing it that way. That's crazy. That's really weird. Yeah, Six of Swords and the King of Pentacles in reverse. You need to be very patient with yourself. With Temperance, this healing is going to take a while because you're going to realize that part of you is actually scared to have somebody who is reliable or scared to be a reliable person for another. Or even yourself. Like, think about that. Like, to be reliable. To be reliable. To have somebody rely on you. Does that stress you? Does that worry you? And if so, why? Would you call yourself reliable? Stable? Safe? What does the word stable mean to you? What does reliable mean to you? What does stable and reliable mean to you? Secure. What's that mean to you? Because that's what you're healing within yourself as an individual. And in turn, you're going to attract that. When I broke the deck was the Queen of Pentacles in reverse too. So this is what you're healing within yourself. And in turn, you will attract people like that. Yep. Because see, you had the Lovers in reverse too. This was mirrored. I'll take the one on top. Yep. Three of Pentacles. You're rebuilding this foundation within you. This was mirrored between you and other people. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of frickin' Pentacles. Yep. Okay. So, very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. I like this. I like this a lot for you. I do. This is deep healing. This is like really, really deep stuff. I don't think majority of you are going to be choosing to do this again, especially if you watch this reading. I think you're going to realize like, oh, I got to spend some time with myself and really do this, you know, and that's okay. That's great. I'm really excited for you. This is incredible. I'm not worried about this I'll clarify the Nine of Swords really quick because I know some of you are going to be like, what about the overall energy? I think this is just the release, like the inner critic of self. Empress in reverse, yeah. And then the King of Wands in reverse on the bottom of the deck. This is codependency. Empress in reverse to me is a codependent energy. It's somebody who gives too much of self. So if you're putting expectations on other people to meet your needs in a certain way and you can't meet them for yourself. So it's like, well, I needed you to be reliable, but you can't rely on yourself. Time to heal. Time to heal. It's just things like that, because now you're getting ready to attract the Ten of Pentacles that you really want. You're getting ready to attract the balance that you really want, but you're finding that in yourself first. That's really, really nice. Scorpio, this is what I have for you. I hope you guys really enjoyed this reading. If you want a personal reading or a Reiki session, please book it down below. I look forward so much to hearing from you. Please let me know what's going on in your life in the comments. Like, I want to hear from you guys. I really do. Like, share, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.